Let's see. Hi, good morning. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. How are you guys doing? All right. Hi, good morning, Sabrina. Welcome in. How are you doing this morning? Happy Saturday morning. We have a long weekend actually. It's Victorian. Is it Victorian week? Yeah, we have some kind of long weekend, I think. I hope I'm saying it right. Yes, good morning. Just waiting for a few more of you guys to come into the room here in the chat. Yes. Oh, was your day or your morning going so far, Sabrina? Good morning, Ozzy. Good morning, Elia. Alia. Elia, yes. Good morning, darling. And chat. Ayla. Yeah, that's Ayla. Yeah, Ayla. Good morning, darling. Good morning, Sabrina. Good morning, Ozzy. So I fell asleep yesterday after. Um, I was so tired. I didn't stay up for 11:30 skit. My body just shut down, and I woke up at 3 in the morning because I don't sleep that long. And you're fine. It's fine, and you? Oh yeah, I a little bit. No. Yes. So it's all good, And then I woke up and I watched the one that dropped at 11:30, and I'm here saying, she did it. Did she go home? And okay, before we jump into that, let me just get the quote for the day for you guys. Saturday Thoughts. It says, African proverbs of the day today on stability without change. Today, African proverb is, there is no day that goes without the moon, and no day that goes without sunrise and sunset as per Earth, Africa. Happy Saturday morning, everyone. Okay, so with that being said, let's get into this. Let's see where we start. I find that Amber hasn't told her lawyer the full story, so she's telling people what they want to hear. And she mentioned Brittany IC. When I was setting up this, I let it run, so I wasn't really looking at it, but I could hear. And I'm here saying, so when is she going to let the lawyer know that she sleep out? The lawyer is saying, make sure no item of yours is taken from the house, and there is no item of anything else. Yeah, Diddy says it is your house, and she says, my friend, Brittany, my other lawyer, says that I'm not entitled to it, but the lawyer here is saying that Amber is entitled to the the Anthony's house because it's a marital property, right? And she says, "Oh, I kick him out of the march," but and she actually enjoying. Honestly, right now, Amber is actually enjoying what she's doing, and she's not being truthful. If you can notice, She's not being truthful, and the only person she's supposed to be truthful to is God, herself, and her lawyer. She should let the lawyer know every move that she's making so the lawyer can give her sound advice, you know? All right. So Ozzy says, I'm on my way to the gym. Talk to you later. Okay, my beautiful. You have a wonderful day at the gym. Yes. So here goes. Let's play the video here.
I heard they do great stuff.
They do.
Yeah.
It's a great performing arts center.
Yeah. Hey, Constance, I've been meaning to ask you something.
Okay.
Or really tell you something.
Okay.
So Anthony calls himself kicking me out the house.
Out of your house?
Say it again.
Out of your house?
My house.
Amber's house.
Mine.
Yours.
Even if his name is on the deed.
Still your house.
See, that's what I said. I'm like, you trying to kick me out. What are you talking about? So he can't kick me out, right?
Is he kicking you out of the master bedroom? I mean, I don't understand.
No, I kicked him out the master bedroom.
Okay, yeah.
But no, he tried to kick me out the house. He told me to get out.
So you see, oh, Amber is just omitting what she did. So she's not telling the lawyer, says, look here, I slept out. I know you told me not to sleep out, but I did. And I do it a couple more times. And I just walked in the morning and behave like, say, I'm the queen of the castle. Because I should do my dirt and still walk up in this man's house, my house, as according to the lawyer and her. And as I please, and go and come as I please. So our lawyer is giving her advice on what she's saying. So the poor lawyer is confused. She doesn't know what she's saying. She says, oh, you mean out of the master bedroom? So not only Amber is cheating, but she's also lying. Let's see what you guys have to say. I like to hear your thoughts. So is the law, let me just let you guys vote on that. Hold on here. Good morning, Marianne dear. Oh, I didn't take the roll call now. Let me get into the roll call because I am oh shoot. I'm trying to do T. Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm trying to change the screen so I can put in the quiz that I wanted for you guys. Okay. So, can Amber lawyer help her if she doesn't have the full information? Can Amber lawyer help her if she doesn't have the full information? I wish I could type faster. Oh, wrong thing I put there, so. Uh, can Amber lawyer help her if she doesn't have all the facts? Oops. Just double check and see what I type. Can Amber, if she doesn't have all the facts, yes or no? All right. So with that being said there, we just get back. Let me just read some comments and hear what you guys are saying. Because this is a lot. Or you have your counsel and you decided not to use your or utilize your counsel in the best of your ability. So let's do some roll call here. Welcome in Sabrina. Welcome in Ozzy. I know you're gone to the gym. Ayla, you're here. And it's fine. You also, dear Sabrina Marianne. Chance is here. Welcome in. Sherma is in the house. Bethel is in the house. Welcome in, darling. And Sher Shirita is in the house. Antoinette is in the house. And Lee is also in the house. Randa is here. Welcome in, darling. Welcome in, everyone. All right, so let me see what you guys are saying. Amber is too late. All right. Sharita is saying Amber is too late. And good morning. However, this can change if the assets were mixed with material finances or if the business value appreciated during the marriage. Okay. And no, both lawyers need to sit down and what can and what cannot be done. Yes, definitely. I'd love to see Anthony with his lawyer. But Anthony lawyer is the first file and did tell Anthony the own is the material. Yes, she did tell him that. And then Lee says, no, I don't agree with the lawyer. She's about her money. That one, two, Amber is not being truthful with her own lawyer. And three, she is not giving Amber no good advice for how to move. Yes, I thought when I saw that, I thought that I was going to get something substantial for that. And I don't understand what is going on. Let's see what you guys say. I think I need to drink a cup of coffee. Good morning. Can't stand on my way out. But Amber, oh, you can't stay on your way out. That's okay. I understand it's Saturday morning. But Amber didn't give all the facts to what led to get out of the house, and I still don't trust the lawyer. Neither do I. From what she did with Ernestine case and Jay, I don't. I think she should. She knows that Calvin is a lawyer, so I'm wondering when she is gonna reach out to her that he's back in town, and hopefully he will be able to give her sound advice, right? Okay, so that one was kicked from the studio. Let me just set back up the yeah. Okay. It was kicked from from the studio here, so I have to get it back into the studio and put it back on the screen. I didn't even notice that it was kicked from the studio. Yeah. All right. So let's continue with what you guys are saying. Amber lied too much. Jesus, she's evil. Yeah, she's lying a lot, Sharita. She is. I wish she would have contacted Calvin, but she doesn't know he's back in town. Ayla says, the lawyer needs to meet. The Amber and Anthony skits are getting too repetitive. Definitely, darling, it is for sure. And Lee says that's why Amber lawyer does the opposite of what the lawyer tell her to do. The lawyer told her not to stay out. She stayed out. The lawyer says don't move anything from the house. She took a back. Exactly. So she's doing it. She's moving. It's like says she purposely damaging her own case. It's like says Anthony's an idiot. I can do what I want, and that's how she takes it. Because yesterday in the kitchen she called him a girl, and a lot of people is upset that Anthony told her that God didn't want them to have that baby, and that was wrong for him to say. But at the same time, also both of them were hitting below the belt, right? Because she says, "I am so smart. I let you put a ring on it, and you didn't even sign a prenuptial." Right? So she was being extremely mean. And when Angelina, in the first filing, Angelina came to the house, and when Anthony came over to check her, she told him, I'm so happy that I didn't have any child with you, right? So the lawyer needs to meet and set date for mediation in court. Definitely, Marianne. I, Sharon, drop off on my way to her urgent. Oh no, please pray for me. Okay. In the name of Jesus, please touch Suzette from the crown of her head to the sole of her feet, mighty God. and we're praying that she gets healing and restoration, and everything will go well. We pray for healing in Jesus' name. Pray, amen. All right, darling, you take care of yourself. Okay, our prayers go to Suzette, okay, guys? And she can still call Brittany to get advice. Yes, she can, but she chooses not to, because if she does call, you notice anybody who is going to give Amber good sound advice, she is not going to take that, because she doesn't want to hear nobody tell her about what she's doing is wrong. Because Amber is bleeding with her flesh right now. And I wish Anthony had never told her about the mention the baby, because when he was talking to her outside when she was holding Kai, it looks like what he was saying to her was resonating with her. But then he went and put his foot in his mouth. But at the end of the day, whatever they're saying to each other, although it may seem hurtful and disrespectful or whatever, I'd rather they say it because it needs to be said. They need to get out all those anger and bitterness out. You know what I mean? Before they can see the error of their way. Anthony is not 100% there yet. He's just 99. He's just 1%, right? He's going to make lots of mistakes, but you can't fight fire with fire. He take it to God. He doesn't know that says when you take stuff to God, you just leave it with him. And it doesn't happen overnight, you know what I mean? But I don't like what I saw at 3 o'clock when I woke up, that she was at Dave.
Well, that's nice. He's using his words, but he's using his words. Yeah. He can't kick you out. It's your house.
And that's okay.
You're married. It's Amber's house.
Well, I didn't leave,
Okay, great.
but it did get me thinking. So before when all this stuff happened, my friend Brittany, she moved. She was an attorney. And a long time ago, she told me that it would be very difficult for me to have any claim to the house because the deed is in his name and his business name, which happened before we got married.
Okay.
So is that true? I mean, could I essentially not have any rights to that house?
No, that's not true. Because it's still considered a marital act.
I would take Brittany advice over this lawyer any day. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Oh, I have to get that thing away from there. And let's see if you guys don't agree with the lawyer. All right, thank you guys for that. Give yourself a round of applause. And do you trust Brittany's good morning, Terrence. Brittany's advice over this Timo lawyer. Do you trust Brittany's? I think it's supposed to be 2T in Brittany's name, right? Advice over this. All right. So welcome in, Terrence. Welcome in. Amber is in for a rude awakening. This lawyer is giving bad advice. I wouldn't compare the case Stone and Jay versus Amber and Anthony. And Janet says, good morning. Good morning, Janet. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. All right. So now, I would Amber knows that Brittany for me is a very good lawyer. Amber should have reached out to Brittany, asked for advice, but as we can see, Amber chooses not to do that because she will give her sound advice and says, Amber, you can't be moving like that. You're moving recklessly. But honestly, I do not know what happened to Amber for her to snap like this and become this devious little human being. And do you agree that Amber is seeking sympathy from Dave, but she's not really, when I look at the scene last night, she is not really listening to what he's saying. I can't even understand what he's saying really, but I think I will pull up that skit next. Let me take a look at it. I know you guys look at it. If you guys want me to pull it up, I will. If not, we can do another skit. You just let me know which one. But when we just play the part where she was crying and then he was there saying, "Oh yeah, yeah, I'll be there for you." Let me see what you guys saying. If you guys says playtime, well, Brittany told her there's always ways to get out of it. Yeah, yeah, she did tell her that. I like your review, a fan of Amber, but this her and Dave, what has he truly done for her? He's sleeping with a married woman. Don't care what this lawyer says to her. Lavina. Um, I don't understand either what she is doing either. Amber for sure is moving reckless. We know that. Awesome. So we know that she's moving reckless. He is not really okay. This is my opinion, and I'm just going to tell you guys the hard facts. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Oh, I'm looking at it. The writers want us to hate her so bad, right? Oh, Amber is moving. She lost my respect. I'm just telling you. The character, the actors, the actress herself is doing a phenomenal job, I must say. But the character is moving so carelessly and recklessly. And I don't like the disrespect. You know what I mean? You can't have your man and then you're gonna claim your husband still. This is my house. I am the queen. What is yours? Is what is yours is mine and what's mine is yours. You know what I mean? Stop playing those mind games with Anthony. You know what I mean? And it's like say she want to. It's like say she's cutting him open, and she don't care. And then Anthony doesn't have any sense. He says he's with God now, right? He's more closer to God than her. But Anthony is still far away because Anthony doesn't know the first thing about being a prayer warrior and whatever. So no, my observation of the character Amber Dalton is that she thinks the grass is greener on the other side. And I wouldn't be surprised if we find out, because we already found out that Dave has multiple women in Atlanta, and he has a crazy woman wherever that other state is, right? And Melissa has to keep blocking or screening his calls, right? He hasn't told Amber anything about himself, really. Only thing that he's a pastor's child, that he is a businessman. She knows that. But Amber thinks that he is more richer than Anthony. And she thinks if she comes to him and pour out her soul to him, he is going to marry her. To me, I no matter how Amber said, "Oh, I don't want to be married," trust me, oh, Amber is moving. It's like says she's giving up the cookies. She didn't get a ring on it, and she thinks that whatever she should let Dave chase her, not she chase Dave. You understand? And I think Dave is gonna be worse than Anthony. And I hope to out there writing this scene, I am wondering if they're going to make Amber be pregnant by Dave. But if God has a plan, why would they do that to her, right? So I'm here after I think outside the box a lot to see where they're going. Because if you really look at it, it's like the flip, it's like a reverse. It's a reversal of what Anthony and Shayla did. So are they going to make Amber be pregnant by Dave, but when he dumps her and Anthony praying and praying money is, will he have the heart to forgive Amber? If he can't forgive her for Wayne, So this is where the prayer of forgiveness gonna come in, right? He has to, the power of forgiveness has to come in. If we are just saying stuff out of the box, we don't know what they're writing. So like how she accepted Kai, will Anthony be able to accept Amber's and Dave child? So they're gonna have Dave in their marriage, and they're gonna have Shayla still in the marriage if Kai still be is, or she gonna have a scare that she's pregnant, but she find out that she's not. But eventually, by the praying and they come together, if they're gonna save the marriage, will it be adult and baby instead of a Dave? But to how Amber moving right now, anything is possible, because when Anthony asked her a few, I think a month or so ago, remember when they were in the good, he asked her, Amber, do you want to have a baby with me? And she says, yeah. And no, she didn't answer right away. She think about it, and she says, if God's willing, right? If God's willing. So I know that she wants to be a mom really badly. And honestly, guys, I don't know what, Amber is so messed up right now. I don't even know how. It's like she need help. And I think Amber needs professional help, really and truly. So let's see what you guys are saying, because she thinks that she's gonna bag Dave. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Amber thinks she's gonna be able to bag Dave. What do you guys think about that? She maybe she think that he's gonna be dumb like Anthony, because she called Anthony all different kind of names, right? Amber is in for a rude awakening. The lawyer is giving bad advice. Thank you, Terence. I want to compare the cases Stone and Jay versus Anthony and Amber. Good morning, Janet. Janet is saying good morning. And then Brittany told her there's always ways to get out of it. Yes. I like your review. Yes, I read that one. Thank you. Oh, I didn't realize that I was so far up. They deep cutting each other. Yes, Marian. They're both cutting each other below the belt. And at least they have to go through that process before it can get any better. Idiot. I don't know. He has multiple women. He's single man that's dating. Yeah, but Amber thinks that it's only her. Why, if they do make her pregnant by Dave, why would she go back to Anthony? Because there is Marianne, there is a Melissa factor in this in the scope of things. I don't know how they're gonna write this crazy girl with Amber and Dave situation, but there is still a Melissa factor. And from there is a Melissa factor. I don't see where that is gonna end well. I'm just saying, for how they're making Amber moving carelessly, remember what Wayne says, every action has consequences. So you guys have to think about what can happen where Amber is concerned. All right, so let's see what you guys say on in the poll. Do you trust Brittany? Yes. Thank you guys for that. Give yourself a round of applause here. And to get last night's scene, because I really, honestly, what? Oh wait, there. Let me finish playing this one.
Because you married him, you moved into the house, you have contributed to the house. Amber's house.
Say that one more time.
Amber's house. Get a t-shirt. Amber's house.
I like the way that sounds.
And I kick you out.
He cannot kick
Now,
out.
I do advise to make sure you don't remove anything from the house, your personal items.
Oh, no.
Don't change your mailing address.
Mm-mm.
If you have bills in your name, don't switch that over.
No, the bills is in his name.
Okay. Still Amber's house.
Right, and it's big enough that I don't have to see him every day. So I am not going
Oh wait, yeah. What you just said to not have to see him every day?
anywhere. I just can't believe he had the nerve to try to kick. Like, did you forget you had a whole child with?
Okay, so she having a lot of pent up anger there in her. Yeah, she's still using Kai as a weapon still. No, Amber, I think Amber have a mental breakdown, guys. So she not moving right. For the way how carelessly she's behaving now, she not moving right. I don't like how the writers are writing. Oh, wait there. I know I saw Marian thing. I don't remember if I read it. She said, I don't know about that when he asked about the kids in the future. She said, eventually she said yes, Marian. And then Carla says, I don't like how she says, if God's willing, then yes. And then Carla says, I don't like how the writers are writing these skits. However, we can only tune in for the suspense as they unfold. Definitely, we can. That's the only thing we have to do. And what if Dave is crazy one and not Melissa? What if Dave is like Shayla? Oh boy. Oh, anything is possible right now, Marion. Anything is possible. Ayla says, Amber is moving reckless like she did with Wayne. She won't woke up until she caught or finds out Dave isn't who she really think he is. And I like this. Well said. Well said there. And Marian says the house is big enough. She don't have to see him every day. She can be on one level and he can be on another. Yes, he's upstairs. He is definitely upstairs. So let me, and you see how cocky Amber is right here with the lawyer when she was laughing at Anthony. You know what I mean? She was laughing, you know what I mean? So who laugh last? What all that saying go again? Anyway, these things always go in my head and then I don't remember all the same. Mama always saying a lot of these golden proverbs. Oh no, he didn't. Okay, guys, so we're gonna deviate a little bit. We're gonna deviate a little bit. I just saw Larry. We just have to, yes, just review another skit because Amber is making me feeling in my feelings at the moment. So I'm gonna review Larry and Shara, and you guys would not believe what Dum Dum wants it. Oh, let me just move it down. I'm wondering if this is where I should start. Hold on.
An idea.
Always got ideas.
Oh God, what is it like?
You want to go to Vegas?
Okay. Okay, I find where I can start this. Oh, you guys were seeing it. Okay.
Huh. Had an idea?
An idea.
Always got ideas.
Oh God, what is it like?
You want to go to Vegas?
No. For what? Is the girls going too?
Really? Why would I take them two silly young bucks to Vegas and watch them? I'm gonna turn up.
Why would you try to take me when you got a whole wife?
See, that's the problem right there.
What?
I'm going to get away from this.
And you want me to go?
We're gonna have fun. Pernell there,
Oh no.
my nephew there.
No.
No, I mean,
Larry, that's
What?
inappropriate. And you know
you
that.
keep saying inappropriate. When it's appropriate, when I give you money, you know, when I buy couches and TVs
I
and
mean,
stuff.
I be telling you to take your wife, so don't be mad at me.
Okay, well, different circumstances call for different measures right now.
No, it's one thing if you taking the whole family, you know what I mean? It's another thing when you trying to just invite me.
Then I take
And Lynette, I meant Shara is totally right. You cannot ask your ex-wife to Vegas. Your wife wanted to go with you and you chooses not to do it. You're saying you're trying to get away from her, but you want to take your ex-wife. What Larry needs to do, he needs to go sit down and examine how is he going to tell Bethany if he doesn't want that marriage anymore. Just tell Bethany, serve her the paper, says this is over. I can't do this anymore. Than trying to get with your ex-wife. Because remember, when he was away on the vacation to Bahamas, what did he do? Wherever they were again, I don't remember. I don't remember where they went on the vacation, but he was trying her, Shara, and she turned him down. Then when they were on when they went on another vacation to Montana, he tries to be with Lynette. So he's all over the place. He needs to examine how he's feeling. And let me just, so I'm happy that Lynette shut him down there. Larry needs to tell Bethany he wants a divorce. Definitely. That's what Larry should do. And I'm really happy that, before me go say me happy, let me just scroll down here and see if she's going to say yes.
crazy things in Vegas. You end up married and stuff like that. Knowing that you already married.
Hey,
Hey. Well, tell her to come on. Y'all ain't never ready, bless you.
excuse me. Thank
Y'all never ready.
Okay. So I guess the meat of the matter was earlier and up with him inviting her. Oh yeah, Puerto Rico. Thank you, darling. Puerto Rico. Thank you, Marianne. Yes. So he is very thirsty. I think if him really that thirsty, is either him want to divorce Bethany or him just go have a fun good time with his wife. I think him and Larry should take Bethany to Vegas with them. Let she have fun because without the children. And I think they will be fine. They just have to get back to where they were. They don't need to have the kids, them out can stay with Shara and he and Bethany can go have some fun. They can, talk about stuff instead of him being spiteful and trying to get back at her and he wants out, but he doesn't want out. You know what I mean? He's all over the place. So that marriage is over for sure, I think. Or maybe not. Or maybe he doesn't have the balls to say to Bethany says, you know what, I need a divorce. But he can tell everybody else that he needs a divorce when he doesn't. All right, so I want to show the little part of the skit here with Dave and Amber. Hopefully it doesn't play any music because I wasn't hearing too well. Let me just get that ready for us to take a look at. I just want to see a scene where, and then we can speak on it to see what, because honestly, I do not like how Amber is just being a damsels in distress with him, and she's not listening to what he's actually saying to her. You understand? Unless she really doesn't want the bag, that's all I can say. I'm just setting it up. Let me see if it's here. So he was talking to her. Let me just play it and see. All right, here. So I can hardly understand what he's saying. So I'll let you guys help me with that. Oh, hold on. Let me just stage it properly. Okay. Let me just put it on the screen so that way. Just right there. Just bear with me.
You cry a river. And I know we ain't talked about this before, but look, I told you I got you. I told you that. Whatever you go through, I got you. In that house, kid, oh, baby, I could do all that. Do all that and more. We can have all that and more. Just think about our joy.
So right there, so he was saying to Amber, she doesn't have to worry about anything. He have her and that she will have kids and more, something like that he was saying. Let me hear what you guys, let me see what you guys are saying. Okay, so Carla says, I don't think Dave is faking his feelings for Amber. I just don't like the way he's dating a married woman. Exactly. I don't like that either. Because at the end of the day, guys, Amber is married, and if he cares about her and he cares about her or falling in love with Amber, he should really say, babes, let's wait. Let's stop this. What we're doing, we jump ahead too fast. Just stay home and wait until the divorce is final. Then we'll just jump back into this. We can still do things together, but we're not going to continue sleeping with each other. I would have respected him better if he done that. You know what I mean? I get what you're saying, Carla. Well said. And Marianne says, Larry needs to tell Bethany he wants a divorce, definitely. And Puerto Rico, yes. Ella says, Larry is trying to have Puerto Rico part 2. Yes, he is. He is for sure. Ella, he is. Ella, he is definitely wants to have a part 2. And then I don't like the cheating part either. Janet is saying, welcome in, Janet, also. I don't like the cheating part either. I think if Anthony acts right, he can get Amber back, but he keeps pushing her away with his mouth. All right, so I understand what you're saying. Well said. Can I just piggyback on what you said there? Remember, when you're upset at somebody, you're not going to mind what you're saying. You're going to say what you really feels, right? So at the end of the day, when you're in an argument, you are going to tell somebody what is really, what you know that gonna hurt them to the core, and they're both being that way with each other. I think it's gonna be get worse before it's gonna get better, and definitely, um, I think Anthony will act right, and when he start acting right, so what he needs to do now, Janet, is not he has to learn how to keep his mouth closed than it below the belt. If Amber is eating down below the belt, just he says he's more closer to God now than her because she just leave God behind and she's in the flesh. So he has to be at the head of the house and he has to pray for her because Amber has lost her way. So right now, Anthony needs to continue praying, and I hope the writers are going to let us see Pastor Chris. I keep on saying that he needs to see Pastor Chris. Pastor Chris is there, and he needs. Hopefully, he can guide him right in the way that he needs to, because he needs to become stronger in the word. And they also need therapy for sure. They need professional help. But right now, I don't think either one of them is thinking about that. Amber is thinking with the flesh. Anthony is leading with anger and bitter, and Amber bitterness is anger. And I think it's gonna get worse, guys. We just have to sit back and enjoy what the writers give us. I think their feelings for Amber are real. Okay, Marianne. Yeah, I think it's real, but if it's real, right? You say, for instance, he likes Amber. If you like somebody and you know that divorce takes a long time, why are you having her sleep over the night? Why have her sleep there? That makes no sense to me. I don't call that love. Basically, he's telling her, I got your back. Yes. And I think, thank you, Marianne, well said there. I think Amber is going to walk away from Dave for Anthony, but Anthony has to get his head together. Yes. And that is where we says we need, Anthony need to surround himself with people like Pastor Chris and Amber's dad that can help him, and he need to also start looking into therapy for them because they need therapy. He's a businessman. He needs to start acting like a man because me sure knows if that was Dave, most likely Dave would know say, all right, let's get therapy. You know what I mean? Not the Timo therapy. We get a let Amber pick the therapy, RE, go on the internet, look at them and say, Amber. But right now, neither one of them is there yet. So let's see what the writer does with this couple. If Anthony comes to Amber with his full heart, she might respond differently. I think so too, because remember that day, Marian, when they was in the conservatory, I think that room was, um, she said to him, says, I don't want to hear from your lips. I want to hear from your heart. All right. But when he was on the porch yesterday with the baby and he was talking to her, she was actually hearing him. And he put his foot in his mouth when he go in the bedroom and talk about the baby. And that was a no-no. That's how she went back to Dave. She went to the girls, she talked to them, and then she went to Dave. I do not know if she slept out last night or did she went home. They didn't show us a skit of that. I think because he prayed one time, he's closer to God. Well, he needs to pray more, Marian. Yes, I agree. Janet says, and do you think Amber would entertain therapy again? Honestly, if the writer writes it that way, I think she would. If they write it that way, then she would. But I think it should be her call. He can look up stuff and just make sure pick. He doesn't pick because we don't trust his choice, because his choice is like he paid for that service, because that therapy there was one-sided. She only talked to Amber about Wayne, right? Whenever you're about Shayla. How did it started? When did it started? Why did you do that? You know what I mean? We don't know all the ins and outs of that. Good morning, dear Andrea. Welcome in, Sissy. And Carla says, Anthony is not closer to God than Amber. When Amber do pray to God, he will hear. The prayer for Anthony is not sincere. Anthony, God is his money. Okay, Carla. Well, if you, thank you for that. I like that, and I understand why a lot of you guys do not believe that. But go back and look at this scene. When he was praying to God, he asked God. He says, "I come humbly to you as a child." And he was remember they also do a reflection of Sheila, his wrongdoing. So he was repenting of his wrongdoing also. And what he did to Amber, he was repenting that he put his money before Amber, right? So you guys have to look at the scene, because the nuggets that was inside that scene. He was asked, because for God to hear an unbeliever, they had to come to him and repent, right? That they had to repent. And this is it. Let me tell you. Here it says, because somebody in my chat was saying it, right? And then I spoke with Terry, and I asked her, I says, is this person says that if you're unbeliever, God don't hear your prayer? And she says, no, he does not hear your prayer. You have to repent of all your wrongdoing. So in Isaiah 59, 1 to 2, I'm not doing church, but I'm just saying in a real life situation. We're coming out of SkitLanta right now. We're coming out of SinLanta right now, right? Because I call it SinLanta. It says here, behold, the Lord's hands is not shortened, that it cannot save, neither is ear heavy, that it cannot hear. But your iniquities have separate between you and your God, and your sins have hid his face far from you, that will not hear. So Anthony God is his money, as I always said. And I am the first one that says Anthony worship his money and his money is his God, because that's what I am taking away from that. And then in First Peter 3 and 7 it says, likewise ye husband dwelled with them according to knowledge, giving honors unto wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being hears towards together. So being heirs, that means if you have children together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. Right? And then in Proverbs 28, 9 it says, he that turneth away his ears from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be abomination. And Isaiah 1:15 says, and when ye spread forth your hands, I will hide my eyes from you. Yea, when ye make many prayers, I will not hear. Your hands are full of blood. Right? So there is, and now we know that God heareth not sinners. So this is the one I needed for you guys to understand. So if they're going by the Bible, right? Or SkitLanta, or they're doing the Dalton situation, because we're just talking about the Dalton situation. They're saying God has a plan, and Anthony praying, and then you see the flashback of his repentance and asking God. He says he's actually come to him humbly, right? So in John 9:31 it says, now we know that God heareth not sinners, but if any man be a whisperer of God and doeth his will, he heareth, right? So with that being said, so if that's the way they're going with the storyline, God will hear Anthony, but Anthony, it won't be when, you see, when after him finish prayer, Anthony get up and called her, and when he didn't hear from her, he throw down his throw away the phone, right? God doesn't work in that way. Anthony has to continue praying, right? And he needs the pastor to come now and let him pray the sinner prayer, right? And then that he accept Christ as his Lord and Savior, and then get him into praying, Bible study, and he's studying his word, get into his word, because he's the head of the household. So if that's how they're gonna write it, them have to do it right with taste. So I'm dying to see, Carla, how they navigate the suspense. So I hope they do it right and they don't drop the ball. And I hope they won't let Amber be pregnant, because if they're gonna save the marriage, I hope they don't be that messy for her to have a kid with Dave, and then she, you know what I mean? So if they're doing it the right way, hopefully But tell you guys, the battle is really gonna be really, really intense. That a lot of us gonna want to join the phone or says we're just skipping over the Daltons and people are not gonna want to watch it. But hold on, we're gonna still stay buckled in our seatbelt, guys, and we're gonna watch. And I hope, hopefully, with Anthony continue praying and getting the help that he needs, and in his word, hopefully they can be after them stop cutting each other below the belt. They can eventually have true conversation because when they're just lashing, eventually it has to come to a standstill that them have to sit down and have a real heart to heart because that first day when she asked him why, because she's angry. And to me, I don't really think Amber really wants Dave, but right now he's feeding her flesh and that's what she's seeking. She just need to be filled. So she's there filling her flesh. All right? So that's what I am thinking. What do you guys think? Do you think that she doesn't want Dave? She actually wants her husband and she wants her husband to hear her? And just write it in the chat. Do you think she wants her husband to hear her, to do better, and to be the head of the house for her to come back into the fold and start trusting him? Please put that in the chat, please. Let me hear what you guys have to say in that. Okay, let me go back over here. Let me know if a new skit drop, okay? Because Anthony told his lawyer he was still hooked up. All right. Welcome, everyone. Like, share, subscribe to Sharon _Rica Review. Thank you, Ange. And Marian says, because Anthony told his lawyer he wanted to get over the Wayne thing. That's why they focus on Wayne so much in therapy. Okay, Marian, thank you. And but you know what? It shouldn't be one-sided. It should have been both of them doing what they need to do to get to where they need to get to, right? And then Carla says, praying for your wife and saying he will give up your money and your business. Then in the morning, you are on demon time. Anybody would be on demon time, Carla, because she never came home. If she had came home, I don't think he would have gone there, right? And we have to also consider his feelings too, because at the end of the day, we are ladies first, number one, and we also have to be mindful of other people too. Amber has feeling, Anthony has feelings, right? And she has a legal separation, so she can do anything she wants to do. But her lawyer says, her lawyer advice is, do not be respectful, do not stay out. And as we saw the first video, Amber did stay out. Amber did not tell her lawyer. She omit the truth of why Anthony is kicking her out of the house. She didn't tell the full story. She only be one-sided, says, oh, Anthony's kicking me out of the house. How can our lawyer give her good counseling if she's lying? That don't make no sense. Sharon, I think that's it. Yeah, I think so too, guys. Hold on here. Let me just double check something around here. I'm just checking to see if we have another skit drop in the meantime. If not, hold on, let me see. I think there was something else I wanted to address with Amber. Bethany overheard Pearl inviting Larry to Vegas. Oh, that was 2 days ago. Okay, so there is a new skit drop with Amber, so we're going to pull it up right. It's talking to our lawyer in the parking lot. And what she says, hold on, is this, just give me a few seconds here to get rid of this commercial. All right. Okay, so let's see. So there's a new skit drop, and here it is. All right. So right here.
Here. But you have kind of become like my confidant.
Absolutely,
Yes.
yes.
So I just want to thank
I'm
you
here for you.
for allowing me to be able to share my life and my problems. And honestly, I need to be honest with you.
Okay.
I probably should have told you this in the beginning, but Anthony wasn't the only one that cheated. I cheated on Anthony as well.
You cheated on Anthony,
I did.
and you didn't think I should know this.
I mean, it was before we got married. It was up until the
Girl,
day.
stop.
What?
Girl, you had me scared. We're not worried about pre-marriage. That was
Yeah, but
single Amber.
He keeps bringing it up in my face, and to be honest, I cheated on the day that we got married.
But you didn't cheat when you were married. The
No.
day of, you were still single. He keeps bringing it up because he's insecure. We're not worried about pre-marriage, girl. You can't do that. We're not worried about that. Get that out your head. You didn't cheat.
So he can't like influence a
cheat.
judge.
No.
Okay. Well, that is
No, we're not worried about that. Now, it changes a few things because I'm pretty sure he's going to try to spin it to make you look like a different person.
oh,
And that's going to drag it out, which is going to be more money.
for you.
Mhm. Okay, so she's saying that yeah, that is why Anthony, you see me tell you say Anthony lawyer is good, right? She said they can drag it out. And then Amber is not telling her that she cheated. She's cheating right now, right? Or did she said she's Amber tell her lawyer that you're sleeping? Oh, okay, hold on. Let me just Anthony was gone from the house for 6 months, and Amber had to bear all of this loss and heartbreak alone. Now he knows how she feels. Definitely, Carla, yes. And Carla says yes. Janet says yes, Carla. He did all that praying that at crazy in the morning. And then Marian says, new skit alert. Amber tell her lawyer she cheated on Anthony where he cheated on her. Okay. And Del Marie says, Amber tells her lawyer that you're sleeping out and coming home in the morning. That's why he told you to get out of that. He told you to leave the house. Okay, so in this skit here, she says she tell the lawyer everything and she's her confidant and stuff like that, right? So Anthony have a very good lawyer. That's one thing I know for sure. But with this lawyer, she says that he's going to, but it looks like she's having some sense there. She's saying that yes, they will bring up Wayne because that was the morning after. So it looked like she did sleep with Wayne. So I have to be correcting myself. I told you guys that she slept in the bed, but nothing happened, right? But she did sleep with Wayne the morning of the wedding. So she says technically she was, what you call it there, she was technically single then. So when she got married, she was not cheating, but Amber is cheating now. And she stays out now and come back the next day. So which part, let me see, did Amber in any part in this skit here tell her lawyer that...
You love the drag out, huh? I see what you're about.
Look, I do my best work when we have to take time and do a little more investigating and research. I wouldn't say drag it out, but it's best for Amber. Team Amber, but don't
It
worry
doesn't
about
matter
it.
because Anthony's gonna be paying for it anyway. So we can
Absolutely.
drag it out, I guess.
Let's drag it. Let's run with it. Like a
But I don't want to
race.
drag it that long, Constance. I need out. I need to move on with my life.
We're gonna get you.
So it's nothing that he cannot use that against me.
He can bring it up, but it's not going to be used against you because it's irrelevant.
Okay.
You having a fling as a single woman prior to getting married, you're right.
And after filing, cannot.
No, you were 100% faithful during your marriage. He was not. I got you.
All right. Well, someone is calling. I gotta take this.
Okay.
Good to see
Guys, which part Amber is 100% faithful? No, but no, may I have to put this in the chat. Let's put this in the chat. I need you guys take on this because I don't understand. Do you believe Amber? Oh, I didn't do that, right? Believe Amber is faithful. Faithful. Do you believe Amber is faithful during her marriage? Do you believe Amber is faithful during her marriage? And I'd like you guys to vote on it for me. Because I know this is what Amber doing is not. Can they use what she's doing right now with Dave against her? I thought I started. So that means Anthony can says that she's not faithful, right? If Anthony lawyer put an investigator on her, they will find out that she's cheating in the marriage. So Anthony cheated in the marriage, and she cheated in the marriage. How will that work out, guys? I don't know the law of these things. Let's see. Maybe I have to pull up our screen to see that. And Anthony was gone from the house for 6 months. Yeah, okay, we did that one. Carla, yes, he did all those things. Okay, we did that one. Yes, I agree, Marian. Amber, no, she should have told the lawyer about her sleeping with Dave now, but the last meeting, the lawyer did say allegedly that why she wants to spend up the divorce, yeah. Yes, if they did out, but if they find out, but Anthony has to prove it first. So if Anthony lawyer, he can say he suspect, but they're gonna need proof, right? So if Anthony lawyer put an investigation on Amber, PI on Amber, they can find out that Amber is actually cheating. Because even when she come out of the guy house, they're kissing outside when he's walking her to the car, right? And Marian says, I will wait until she caught by a PI and they prove she is cheating. The burden of proof is at the time is all on Anthony. Okay. Thank you, Marian. That is very helpful. Wow. This is a lot. She is still not telling the Lord the full story, and that's what I don't like. I would rather if she said to her, says, look here, I slept out. I come in, I slept out a few times and I come home in the morning, and that is why my husband says, that is why my husband was kicking me out of the house. And what advice can I do? What can I do from here? And let me see what Marian is saying here. Mary says, I will wait until okay. And then she says, view, but Dave has a gated access to his house. Okay. I oh no, but although they have a gated access to his house, they can go over fences. You know those binoculars that can see things. Yeah. I know, but Del Marie says, I know, but she needs to obey the lawyer. She's moving recklessly. Yeah, definitely she is. What if she stays at a hotel? That's what I need to know. I don't know much about those things. Maybe that's what I should research for you guys for later. Research is to stay in a hotel, and I'll look up the law for Georgia. I'll try pull that up and stuff like that, so we can get into the meat of the matter much better. Let me see now. I think I'm very disappointed that she didn't indulge. Let her lawyer be aware that she is moving recklessly. She doesn't have to answer Anthony called if she doesn't want to. We understand, but we're not talking about that part. We're not talking about the, oh, maybe you're talking to somebody about that. I didn't ask about that part. I'm asking, I feel Amber should have been 100% with the lawyer and let the lawyer give her proper advice because she slept out. So Anthony could say she slept out, she come home at in the morning, right? She wear one clothes out and she came back home in another outfit. And she could say, oh, I was at a hotel. And do you think the judge would say, where is the hotel? Do you know what I mean? Do they will Anthony lawyer check the hotel to see if if she says, oh, I was at the Carlton, and then they check the Carlton, she was never there. You know, the investigators can look into stuff like that. So at the same time, and Amber, she could say she stay at Ernestine. Yeah, she could say she stays at Ernestine. You know, Ernestine will back her. Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, that's a good thing. She would stay with her. She could stay with her sister. No, she doesn't have to answer to his call, but don't sleep out. And good morning, Sharon and good morning, welcome in Shirley. She could say she's at Ernestine. Janet says, yeah, and Ernestine will cover for her for sure. But honestly, guys, I'm very disappointed in how they're writing her, but I understand they could not use Lisa because we already accepted Lisa betrayal with Darian and we were loving it. And I said to you, remember at the moderator night, I said to you guys, says it doesn't make sense that we are going to be careful of us and accepting Lisa's betrayal with our husband to Mike because they're going to do the same thing with Amber. And see, they did the same thing. So I was correct when we were saying, but we didn't know that they were going to make it be this bad. You know what I mean? This is extremely bad. And Carla says, Anthony said, I was taking care of the finance. At least you can take care of the spiritual part of the marriage. That man is a narcissist for real. Okay, thank you, Carla. And I wonder if she's going home now. Do you guys think she slept out last night? Yeah, that's what I should ask you guys. Thank you guys for the vote. Do you believe Amber is faithful during her marriage? So what is she doing right now? So your guy says yes, she is, but she's still married to him right now and she's cheating. So all right. That's what you guys believe, that she is faithful. All right. Let's see what the SkitLanta judge say about that. Let's see. What was I gonna ask you guys? I agree. Shirley says, I agree. She is withholding the movement from her confidant. No, she's not faithful. Exactly. So that vote poll, what you guys did, you guys says yes, she was faithful, and she's not faithful, so it can come back to bite her because how she moving, it's very, very reckless. Yes, because that shirt was in that suitcase. Yes, it was in the suitcase. And what did she wear out? She wear something else, but if she's gonna go home again, she's wearing something totally different. Remember in the first video that we showed, the first skit, the funny morning, is that she told her lawyer. The lawyer said to her, says she not to move a mail from the house. She's not supposed to move nothing from the house. She has a bag that she let stays at the guy house with change of clothes. So she's not supposed to have no change of clothes outside. That mean Amber is not listening again. She's having a change of clothes outside of her house. And that shirt, yes, is in her bag, but she wore something different when she went to her meeting yesterday. Sorry about that. Sorry, I'm sneezing. That she wore to the meeting yesterday, right? And if she sleep out, oh, oh yes, that mean Amber slept out last night. Yeah, she didn't go home again. Oh my goodness, guys. Let's take a vote of it on it. Do you believe Amber last night? All right. Do you believe Amber stayed? Okay. Do you believe Amber stayed at David last night? All right. So Marian says, I think the lawyer means don't move all your belongings. She said she wasn't supposed to take nothing from the house. The first interaction with Amber's lawyer, she says don't take anything from the house. But Amber took a bag. You remember the first meeting, not the first get here. The first time when Amber hired her, the lawyer says don't take anything from the house. She took a suitcase. She have a change of clothes. Amber leave yesterday in one outfit, and this top here was inside her bag, in her overnight bag, in her suitcase. And now Amber is wearing a different outfit to go home. So do you guys think that, let's see, let me read it. If Amber do not get any financial gain out of this marriage, it's just want Amber to get her peace of mind and joy. Thank you, Carla. Yes, that's what I'd like for her to. That was that shirt she had on when Shayla at PRA come to, yes. According to the skit law, Amber legally separate. However, it doesn't mean she can stay out overnight. The lawyer says she shouldn't. That's what the lawyer says she shouldn't. That is what happens in the skit thing here. And in this, oh, the right in the skit, not the law of the real world work. It's in SkitLanta. So Amber lawyer told her she not to stay out late, be respectful, go home at a reasonable time, and she not to remove anything from the home. That's what's in the first meeting with the lawyer. And then this morning, first skip, she said not even a letter she should take from the house, right? And she says, "Oh, you mean he's gonna kick you out? Kick you out where?" And she says, "Oh, I kicked out of my master." She said, "Oh, your master, your bedroom." She said, "I kicked him out of the master bedroom." But then, guys, Amber is not being truthful, so the lawyer can't advise her well. And the lawyer, when this go to mediation and these thing comes up, Amber lawyer gonna look stupid because Amber admit information. She withhold information from her lawyer. I think moving a few article of clothes is fine. No, the lawyer says she can't move anything. That's what that lawyer told her. Not even a letter. I have two questions. One, did she get this lawyer from? Where did she get this lawyer from, Lee? Oh, from Ernestine, by the way, the same lawyer that handled Ernestine and Jay divorce. That lawyer. And the second question is it from Ernestine too? Yes. Yes, that's from Ernestine. And Where does Amber get her advice from? From that same lawyer. And is that from Ernestine or from herself? She got her advice from this lawyer. And then the rest of the stuff then that she's doing, like sleeping out, the lawyer tell her not to, but she chooses to do that anyway and goes in the next day because she's the boss. As she says, she's the queen bee of of her home. So she's the queen bee for sure. And Marianne says, I think the lawyer means don't move all your belongings. She says, don't take anything from the house. Let me go back. Let me see if I can find that first skit. I'd have to go look for the first skit when she met the lawyer. Amber is self-righteous woman who is stubborn and strong-willed and does just what she wants to do with no sense of direction. I'm so mad with her for being so silly. Surely I am too. I am definitely. I am too, darling. I am too, because this is just too much for me. Even to review it, it's really hard for me to review it with her being like this. It's just hard. Amber took the bag today before the lawyer told her not to remove clothing from the home. Okay, darling, I will double check that. Thank you for that. And good morning, Sharon. Good morning, Michael. Welcome in. How are you doing? And Lee says, because if Coco was around, she will make Amber see what she's doing and how she's moving is wrong and give her sound advice. If Mama Brenda was around, Mama Brenda been through divorce and marriage, definitely. But right now, Lee, Amber is not listening. She's not contacting who will give her sound advice. She doesn't want to hear it because right now she's rather feeding the flesh because she's hurting and she have a lot of bitterness and pent up anger because she's still using Kai. She's babysitting Kai. She's loving on Kai, but Kai is a factor in the divorce. And she's even calling Shayla her best friend yesterday. Make that make sense? So I think Amber actually have a mental breakdown, honestly, and people are not really seeing that. I think that's exactly what's happening because she's not listening. She's just doing the opposite. Don't change her mailing address. Yes, she can't change her mailing address and she can't move her letter. Anthony has done way more damage to Amber than she did to him in the marriage. Right now, Amber is just scratching the surface on what is going to happen to Anthony. Okay, darling, we're just gonna see. Right now, I think this is Anthony's karma also because he has to feel the pain that she felt when she had her miscarriage, when David was taken from her, when she found out that her best friend and her husband that she trusts, who is supposed to protect her, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of bitterness there. That's what I can see with the character right now. I mean, according to SkitLanta law, can't stay out overnight. Yeah, she can't. Definitely not. And this skit, and so she can only use the lawyer Wayne as on payroll. So it's what it is. She has to use this lawyer. I guess so, darling. For SkitLanta, Coco is not her family. Coco is just her in-law right now and her friend. Coco become a very good friend, and maybe she don't want Coco to judge her because of what she's doing. Because as you can see, she's not telling anybody about Dave. And I don't wrong her because that wouldn't look good. Amber doesn't find people that she has been through for choose to get advice from them. She goes for the opposite, and that's what her problem. And then covering up a little with lie not gonna help her case. And Lee, she is moving recklessly, and the lie is only gonna get worse because you tell one lie, then she have to tell another lie, and she just get bigger and bigger, and it just get worse, right? And then Carlos says, if it do not work out with Dave, Amber will get her healing and become beautiful, become beautifully broken. Oh boy. She needs help for sure. And then Marion West says, I think when she calls Shayla her best friend, she is referring to the past. I think, yeah, you do have a point there, Marion. You do have a point there. Well said there. Well said. She was referring to the, I think she was being sarcastic, right? Yeah, I think at that time she was being sarcastic. And good morning, Michelle. Welcome in. and chat. And Marian West says she's not telling any of her business, which is great. Yes, Marian, I'm proud of her for that. But sleeping out is a no-no for me. And I wish she had just kept herself holy and, kept herself together and walk away with her head high. Says, at least, Anthony and Sheila, I never did what you guys did to me. No, she can't say that. And Carla says, if they do break her heart, Amber will spiritually heal and become beautifully broken. Okay, so Dolly says most of this that the lawyer is telling Amber is according to skit law, not Georgia law. Because I know someone who is currently going through a divorce in real life in Georgia now, and that's not what I was told. Yeah, you told me that. Remember, you educate me, so thank you for that, Dolly, and thank you again for sharing. And good morning, Sharon. Good morning, all. Welcome in. And good morning, um, Lala says, good morning, Sharon and everyone. Hello, Michael. Welcome in, beautiful. And Michelle says, very sweetie. Michelle says, I think there's all going to get their karma, Amber, Anthony, and Sheila. I think so too, because Wayne says every action have consequences. And Anthony never got me, so this is Anthony coming right now. And he's feeling the pain. Good morning, Sharon. Rika. Dolly says, good morning, Sharon underscore Rika review. Good morning, darling. Welcome in. And Michael saying, welcome in, Michael. Amber, don't go to the restaurant no more. I wonder why. Maybe they're renovating or they're not filming at the restaurant or they're not allowed. I don't know. I haven't seen her at the restaurant. And Margaret says, good morning, Margaret. Margaret says, and should move her things out of the master bedroom. If I can't kick you out, you will not be comfortable. And you have a good point there. At this point, if she continued being disrespectful, I would stay in my master bedroom. Yes, I would take that. I take that, Margaret. And she's lucky that she never see her backpack and put out. So hello, Ayla. Michelle is saying hi to Ayla. Marian says, I don't think they can film at the restaurant anymore. Okay, that makes sense. Yes, that makes sense for real. All right, thank you guys for being here with me. And hopefully I'll be on later. Maybe I'll come on at 5 o'clock instead of 4:30. Give you guys time to go shop. I know it's Saturday. You guys have things to do. If there's another skit you guys want to see, let me know. I hope they keep the peace and move the Dalton to the courtroom or a good life coach. That makes sense. You think they will get Pam, but it looks like when Pam is a good life coach that we see on there. But Pam being a life coach, she's also sleeping with her her client, and I think that's a no-no for that. Did you guys see? Do you guys, before we go, do you guys want to take a look at Angelina and Brody? I think that says they end up having a nightcap. I'm not sure. Or we just leave that for later. You guys go out and get your grocery and whatever. No, not Pam. Ella says no, not Pam. Okay, hopefully they bring a good life coach in. So Brody and Angelina is doing some stuff there. And what I see, Anthony told her to get but I IMO, he doesn't really want her to leave. He just mad. He doesn't know who she is with. He can't blame Wayne. Yes, that is true, Marian. He doesn't. And he was just angry. I don't think he meant it because if he had meant it, he wouldn't have given her Kai. When she asked for Kai, he handed her Kai. Remember, he says, don't touch Kai a few days ago and whatever. And then yesterday, she were able to have Kai on her hip and thing. I saw them last night. So you guys watch Sharon, so you don't want to see it then. So tell me, because when I woke up at 3 o'clock, I only get to watch this skit with Amber and Dave, right? And then I saw that there was Brody and Angelina, and I think the topic says that they end up with nightcap or something, and I'm saying, really? You know what I mean? So it looks like she's getting her husband back, but trouble is still brewing because he slept with her sincerely. He get to taste sincerely cookie, and I can't wait for us to get into the meat of the matter in that situation with Brody and Angelina and sincerely and the businessman, the partner. Are they crooked or what? I don't know yet, but we will see. Nothing there at all. Okay. Thank you. So we didn't miss anything. All right, then. So we won't have to look at that because I think it was really nice. I said, really? He gets to go back home and enjoy his wife anyway. And let's see. Anthony should just leave Amber alone and let God fight the battle. Yes, yes. Oh wait, I think it just jumped a lot of stuff here. Hold on, guys. Let me just read it, guys. What I see, Anthony told her, okay, that's fine. And then Margaret said, woman like Amber will get a man hurt with lies. She's telling Dave. Oh, yes, definitely. That is so true, Margaret. Anthony should just leave Amber alone and let God fight the battle. And well said, well said, well said, yeah. Well said. I like that. He should just leave it. But then again, he doesn't know yet. But that's why I said he needs to contact Chris, Pastor Chris, and hopefully Pastor Chris can help him navigate this trial that they're facing within the marriage right now. Because this is the spiritual warfare they're dealing with. As Dave says, the enemy has come in, and the enemy definitely coming because Amber is feeding the flesh and she's not praying, as she told Ernestine she would. All right, guys. Have a wonderful day. I'll catch you guys at 5 o'clock. All right. Bye for now. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys at 5. All right.